Hi, this is Josh with Resort TV 1, and today I'm bringing you a construction update from the Magic Kingdom for May of 2019. We hope you enjoy the video, and please remember to leave us a like and a comment as well as subscribe if you haven't already done so. Also, please remember to follow us on social media. We're Resort TV 1 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we have some major updates here. You can see behind me a lot of construction here on this pathway right by Sleepy Hollow next to the castle. So we'll show that in a little more detail as we go along. But first, before we do that, let's take a trip outside the park and show you some of the updates at the Transportation and Ticket Center, as well as just outside the Magic Kingdom where they're doing construction in front of Space Mountain for the Tron Construction. So let's go outside the park for a minute. So we'll start our update here at the new tram loading and unloading area here in the Transportation and Ticket Center parking lot. That's right, if you haven't heard, trams no longer take you all the way to the Transportation and Ticket Center, all the way up to security like they used to. During this construction, they actually drop you off back there where I just showed you. They turn around right here by these concrete barriers. And then guests need to walk all the way under the former Transportation Center bridge where the trams used to run. There you can see right there, we're about to go right underneath of it. You can also see construction supplies hidden by that green wall there. And from what I've been told, this project is to repave some of the area here at the Transportation and Ticket Center tram area, as well as add new shades and just kind of revamp the entire tram loading and unloading areas to make them both more convenient and more secure for guests. So now let's get on the monorail and check out the view from outside the Magic Kingdom. There you can see Bay Lake Tower on this beautiful day. And as we make the turn towards the Magic Kingdom, you can see Spaceship Earth there, as well as the Tron Construction cranes. And we'll show more of the Tron Construction from the People Mover inside the park. But there's also some construction going on here outside the park. And I believe what I've heard is it's more drainage area and some retention ponds built to help with the Tron area. So you've got these retention walls here that they're building just outside the Magic Kingdom to help with what I believe is going to be a new drainage or retention pond area, as I said. And back inside the park, you can see that the construction is well underway to widen this walkway. That's the whole point of all this, is to widen the walkway right here between Sleepy Hollow on my left and, of course, Fantasyland straight ahead. So I actually liked it as a more narrow walkway personally, but I understand why they're widening it, and I think it will help with the traffic flow, but I always thought it was kind of a quaint little walkway. So anyway, it's a good shot of the castle there with the construction behind it, or in front of it rather. So you can see all the fun to try and widen everything out. They're going to change this wall, it looks like, and this is why. The moat is dry all the way around the entire castle. So even over by Tomorrowland Terrace and Sunny Eclipse, it's dry all the way around. And we'll get another look at it from another angle here. And I'm sure they'll make it beautiful and put grass in and landscape it and everything else once they're finished. But for right now, it is a little bit of an eyesore and probably disappointing to guests who are visiting just for, a week or two. Those of us locals, we can kind of handle this kind of construction. But if you do come in the next few weeks, just be prepared to see this around the castle. There are still great places to get a picture of the castle. It's not quite like Disneyland where it's completely covered, but still does affect the pictures a little bit. And on the other side of the same Liberty Square Bridge, I showed this last time, but there is a dam here, and that's what's stopping the water, at least on this side. And they've got ducks over here, a little confused, but that's how the water's being stopped on this side, and I guess they probably pumped it all out at some point. But if you look this way, it still looks beautiful, lush, and wonderful. So I'm not sure how much longer this is going to take, but eventually it'll all look like that. And there's another angle here from right by the Liberty Square sign. You can see kind of a terrace pattern there, which is kind of cool. And over there you can see some of the spotlights that help make the castle shows possible, such as Happily Ever After and Once Upon a Time. And there we have it looking towards the Liberty Square Bridge. They've moved pretty quickly on this. If you watch the April 2019 video, you'll see that they've added all this woodwork and scaffolding and concrete foundations. So a lot of work in a month, and especially considering they can only work at night. And here we can pan around towards the castle. They got these stairways here to get down from the actual bank down into the moat itself. And here I am at the other end of the pathway. And after walking the pathway, it's very crowded and people are taking pictures and things like that. And there are a few jut outs where you can get out of the main road, but I have to admit, I can see the need for widening that walkway. You know, I love the quaintness of the little walkway there, but I have to admit the Magic Kingdom is growing up, and unfortunately it's so crowded it's not as quaint as it used to be, and that's just a product of its own success. So leave a comment, let me know what you think about that, especially if you came to Disney in the 80s and 90s when it was less crowded. What do you think about that? Is Disney World, Magic Kingdom specifically, a product of its own success? And you know, by that I mean they've had to do all these things, change the park, even the hub over here, just to accommodate all the traffic flow. So all these things have changed and made it less quaint, but that's just because it has been so successful and it is so crowded. Back in the 80s, that wouldn't have been necessary. The regular walkway was just fine. So leave a comment, let me know what you think. And on the other side of the castle here, I'm noticing not really doing any construction, and it's dry like it was last time. But what's interesting is with all the rain we've had in the last couple weeks, not this week, it's been pretty dry, but a lot of mud down here. So they're gonna have to find a way, I guess, to either clean that out, or I guess it'll wash out on its own. I'm not really sure, but anyway, definitely noticing a lot of mud that's washed into this area. So we've got the moat over here on the Cosmic Rays side of the castle, nice and empty. And we showed that last time, so we won't spend as much time on that this time, but still pretty amazing to see. And again, if you missed the last video, I commented about how the rocks are only painted down to the water level, which is pretty cool. And here's the other side of the bridge, just for good measure. Looks about the same. Well, you might have already guessed this, but the next stop is the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover, and we're going to get a great look for May at the Tron Construction from the TTA People Mover. Plus, as everybody knows, this is one of my favorite rides, so never pass up an excuse to ride the People Mover. But last time I rode it on one of the live streams, there was a lot of progress to update and to report, so hopefully this time there's even more to show. Looked like they were working on the foundation the last time we rode this, and so now let's see how far they are along as of today. All right, well, here we go. And by the way, while we were starting out this amazing People Mover ride, I wanted to thank everybody for all the love on the last Magic Kingdom construction update for April. That video actually is over 90,000 views. I believe it was like 94 or 95,000 views, getting close to 100,000 views last time I checked. So was really excited and surprised by that reception. So thank you very much for all the love on it, and appreciate you guys doing the same thing on this one, hopefully. So enjoy the ride. And there you can see some of the cranes over there. And again, this is the Tron Construction, Tron Lightcycles.
So keep your eyes peeled. You never know what you might see.
So we're not going to show the entire ride, but you can see the Festival of Fantasy Parade way back there in the background. We are riding this right during parade time, about 3:30. There you can see the moat is still drained by the castle. This part always kind of reminds me of the Future City scene in Horizons. Leave a comment if you remember that Future City scene. So here's the Speedway. It is still closed, but they're making progress on reorienting and redirecting the track a little bit here. They've got some of it paved back there by that machine. And they've got all the cars sitting there still. But that curve in the background there is actually new, right there, that little jog in the track. The whole area is new, and you can see they're working on it even right now. And wow, look, some major progress on Tron here. It definitely got the foundation in and some of the supports for the track. Wow, look at that. So here we are on the way out of Space Mountain, and we'll take a look at the construction from the other side. So I am still interested to see exactly where they're going to route the train track around the Tron construction there. You can kind of see over here where the train used to go through this area between the trees. But all the tracks are gone, so I'm not sure exactly. There's a little track there you can still see, but most of the tracks are gone. So I'm not sure exactly how they're going to route it around the Tron Lightcycles, but we'll see.
Circular theater celebrates the progress that has made our lives better. It's a perfect reminder that there's always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day.
So it's hard to talk over that narration, but I had to leave that part in. That's our motto. And we showed this in April, and this really hasn't changed, but just on the other side of the walkway is the Castle Couture shop, and it is still undercover while they refurbish it. They're doing some painting and things like that, so they've got these really cool painted scrims over it that basically look just like the building itself. And they used to just not even put scrims up or put just generic scrims, so Disney's come a long way in the last few years of putting these painted scrims up that match the buildings themselves. They've even done that at Disneyland right in front of the castle. Well, that's about all for now for this construction update here at the Magic Kingdom for May of 2019. We covered the TTA progress and progress outside Space Mountain, as well as updates inside the park with the Tron construction and the Moat construction here on the pathway between Sleepy Hollow and Fantasyland. So don't think there were any other updates, well, the Speedway of course as well, but if I missed any, let me know in the comments down below and I will try and include it in the next update. So please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't already done so. Also, be sure to follow us on social media. We're Resort TV1 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And again, leave us a like and a comment, as that really does help the video when you do that. Another update here, and I don't know if you can see them buzzing around my head. It's a love bug season here in Florida, so that's not really a construction update, but definitely is an annoyance for right now. There's one perching on my gimbal right now. So anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please be sure to check out our sponsors, MickeyBlog.com and MickeyTravels.com, for the best and free Disney vacation planning advice. Go check out MickeyTravels.com to book your next trip to Disney. Also, be sure to check out WindowRepairParts.us and use coupon code ResortTV1 for 20% off your purchase at WindowRepairParts.us. So for now, have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye. Now that you've finished watching this video, be sure that you're subscribed so that you can get all of the latest updates. Also, check out some other great videos on our channel. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.